Welcome back to I Confess with Travis. I'm your host, Travis Bartlett. And before I start the show, I just want to let you guys know that today is actually my birthday, and I am now 34 years old. And starting tonight, you get to watch my first web series at 8 o'clock. You're going to be watching everyday videos for one whole week. And then you'll be waiting till next month to watch part 2 of the episode Travis's birthday. Enjoy the show starting tonight. And today I'm going to be talking to a guy where he talks about his story of his girl cheating on him at the varsity team. And let's just say that this guy got a little revenge on his girlfriend. I'm not going to get into detail, but let's go ahead and hear his story. So let me go ahead and take my first call. All right, so how you doing?
I'm very awesome.
So I hear you got a story you want to tell.
A very intricate story, yes. So I am doing football this year, and during one of the practices before the games, it was literally this Friday because I play varsity. Friday night and games and shit. So I'm out there doing game day warm-ups right out on the field, and people are like setting into the bleachers and shit. And I'm getting in there, and I'm on the field. I'm not really paying attention to the bleachers, but it's fucking in my periphery. I see the shit and everything.
Right.
So when it gets to the point we're done with the warm-ups and shit, we're just waiting for the opposing team to arrive and do their warm-ups and shit. And then that's when the game starts. So while we're waiting, I'm sitting on the bench and I'm just on my phone for the time being. Just coaching on their phone. So I'm sitting on the bench. I have my phone open. I'm going through Snapchat. I'm going through all my homeboy stories and shit. I'm like, oh yeah, go to the game, home game at school. I'm going to pull up. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking out there. And I'm going through the stories and I see my at the time girlfriend posted in the bleachers with another motherfucker on his story. I'm like, what?
So, did she cheat on you?
I ain't even got there yet.
Oh, you didn't know about it. Okay.
But I'm looking at the story and I'm like, this motherfucker posted it with my girl in the bleachers. Probably a coincidence. The bleachers was literally packed. People could there was so many people motherfuckers couldn't even be on the bleachers. The student section was filled to the brim. So I'm just like, it's probably a coincidence. She probably just needed a spot to sit in the bleachers to watch me. Turns out that was not the case. She was not there for me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
So she was out there supporting you.
That's what I thought. She's supporting this dude behind the bleachers giving neck.
Ooh.
At the first varsity game of the season, my bitch getting cracked behind the bleachers. I scored 2 touchdowns that game. I was tired of that shit. I had 214 yards. I had 18 receptions. Dropped 0. I went stupid that game. I figured that out. I was like, oh my. I had to show her and shit. And then she tried to. I don't even know if I still got the fucking messages on my phone. Voice crack, shit. But she tried to hit me back up. She was like, no, that's not what it was. I was none of that even happened. It was just rumors and shit. I was like, yeah, okay. Tell me what the motherfucker literally said to me. Oh yeah, I cracked your bitch.
Wow.
And I'm not gonna lie, at this point, I can't even be mad because I was out there on the field and shit. It's crazy because I thought this shit only happened in stories and shit, but this shit is real life. What the fuck?
Right.
I got chosen. What? This shit is insane. But yeah, that's the whole story, really. There ain't shit really happened after that.
Wow.
Actually, yes. I got my get back.
So you got back at her.
Last night.
Wow.
Her best friend of 3 years. Correct.
Oh, you fucked her? Oh my God. Just to get revenge. Oh my God. Wow, that is amazing. See, I would have just like packed up that bitch's bags and just said, "Get the fuck out of my life."
No, that's the thing. Like I'm a junior, so like I can't really we don't live together or nothing. We've been
Right.
dating since the start or not start this the end of first semester freshman year,
Mm.
and I'm a junior now.
Oh
The
wow.
year just started. We went from the end, like half of freshman year to all of sophomore, and then to now, ending at the start of junior. So it's alright. That bit wasn't my wife anyway. I'll be alright.
Mm.
So I'm moving through it. I just know I can call her friend and ask if I can crack whenever I want.
Right.
If I ever feel the hatred in my heart to do that. But I don't even think I'm gonna do that no more. That's a one time thing. I'm gonna just focus on my game on the ball.
Right.
My dad.
You just
I'm
focus
gonna
on
get
like positive.
I'm gonna get these offers and she'll be like, oh my god, I shouldn't have done that. Bitch, I
Right.
don't play with a motherfucker like me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a real story. That shit happened in the span of 2 days. From
Wow.
literally the Friday that was 3 days ago
Mm-hmm.
to last night.
Oh wow. I bet she had. Well, yeah, I bet she had a handful of this. I mean, of that. I bet you right now she's probably gonna feel bad about what she did.
I don't feel bad a single fucking
I
bit.
wouldn't either. I
She
would not feel
started it.
bad about that shit.
She started it. I can't do shit about it.
Oh
But
well.
I'm not gonna be no hoe and just let that shit happen. Like I'm not.
Right.
Like I'm gonna go fuck your best friend, bitch.
Right.
And they've known each other since seventh grade. That's her best friend. Of like, no,
Oh
that's not
my
even seventh.
god.
That's like
I wonder
fourth.
if they actually know. That would have been interesting if they found out that your friend that you fucked was actually her best friend. I wonder if they know. That would have been very interesting.
Wait, not just say that. Do they? I don't think my ex knows.
So
No,
that
there's no way.
you don't think they know till now.
Only the best friend knows that I
So
fucked
it's like
her
she
best friend because she
basically
kept
kept
telling
that
me.
a secret. I bet it was kept a secret because she didn't want to hurt her friend.
It better have been kept a fucking secret,
Yeah.
or I'll lose my fucking varsity spot.
Right.
This shit better be kept a fucking secret.
Exactly.
I'll lose my fucking tight end position, starting tight end. Jesus. Cannot lose that. I need offers coming in immediately.
Mm.
But yeah, that's really the whole story. Ain't shit.
All
Ain't
right.
shit
Well,
really
thank
really
you so
happened.
much for actually telling me your story.
It felt fun
All
telling the
right.
whole story.
Mm. All right. Bye.
All right, I'm gonna see you.
That was a really interesting story. I don't know if you actually heard him because I know his mic was kind of cutting in and out, but I don't know. I'll have to maybe fix it when I'm maybe editing this audio. I really liked how he actually revenged by having sex with her friend, his girlfriend's friend, and all I can say is that is the most craziest story I've ever heard. I mean, I know like when people get caught cheating and people want to try to keep it a secret and they don't want people to know about it, I understand. And then you got people who actually find out at last minute. But this guy kept it a secret, and the girl that he fucked was his girlfriend's friend. It would actually surprise, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if she did or didn't tell her, because let's say if she found out, they would have had started a fight over this. But he did it because it was a revenge, because he found out that his girlfriend was, sucking another man's neck, um also fucking another guy and all this stuff, and I'm thinking like I would have lost it. But what he did, instead of like losing it, he decided to get revenge back. So I think this is a pretty interesting story. I'm going to go ahead and take a break, and I will be right back to take my second call. Hi, welcome back. And today I'm going to be talking to a guy where he's going to be telling me a dirty sex story that happened in college. Well, let's just say that this involved his roommate and his friend, and let's just say that these three guys are doing some of the most curious things that was basically kept a secret because they didn't want other people to know that there were sex involved in a college dorm room. So, let me go ahead and take my second call.
So my first time really doing it, I was in college. My sophomore year. I had a roommate while I was living in a dorm, and my roommate, he had like this guy that he used to hang out with, and his guy friend was gay, but he was like straight or whatever, like me. So he would come over and hang out, whatever. I remember so one time, like they was chilling or whatever, hanging out, and I had left to go to class or whatever. And I had left class a little early, and I came back, and they were the gay guy was giving my roommate head. So, like, my first reaction was like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Like, oh my god.
And then he was embarrassed or whatever, so like I came in and he was like, hey man, please, like, don't tell anybody, bro, like, please, like, you know what I'm saying, like, he was like embarrassed,
like, keep it on the DL.
Yeah. So, like, I was like, nah, I was like, whatever, like, I won't say anything. It was like, just, you know what I'm saying, let me know next time, or like,
right,
whatever. If that's what y'all do, just keep it on the low, like, just, I won't say anything, but just, like, let me know next time.
Right.
Whatever. And so his friend was like, well, would you mind if I finished him? And then my roommate was like, dude, wait, like, dude, wait. And for some reason, I automatically was like, honestly, I don't care, bro. Just let me up. I'm gonna chill over on my side. So my roommate was like, wait, you serious? I was like, yeah, might as well. Like, I would hate to get my dick sucked and not finish.
Right.
So he starts sucking him or whatever. And I can tell they were both like uncomfortable at first because I was in there, but at the same time, the dude really wanted to, like, I guess he was almost there before I came, so he wanted to finish or whatever.
Right.
So I'm not gonna lie, I started getting hard watching them. And then I was like, hey, how about this? I'll keep your secret if you keep my secret if you let me jack off.
Okay.
Whenever I want or whatever. Well, like, if y'all do it, just let me jack off. So he was like, oh shit, okay. So
you were masturbating while the gay guy was giving the straight guy a head.
Yeah. And then so that was also my first time letting so he ended up coming, right? But I didn't come yet, so I was like, oh fuck, so I stopped jacking off or whatever. But I was still hard, and so the dude was like, hey, I know you're straight or whatever, so I'm not gonna like ask to suck you too, but if you want, I will or whatever. But I was shy about it, so I was like, not right now.
Right.
And then
so what happened next?
So I just ended up like being like, I was shy, so I was like, nah. I was still like really straight at the time, but I was like horny and shit, so I was like kind of confused, but like wanted to bust a nut, so I was like, nah, but I'll just like, let me just finish real quick.
Right.
And then he was like, all right, well, let's finish. It's like, so right when I'm stroking it, he walks over and grabs it, and I didn't stop him, so he's jerking me off, and I like come everywhere. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah. So then, like 2 days later, we kind of talk about it or whatever. He doesn't come by in a while. So me and my roommate's chilling. So he was like, "All right, dude, like let's keep it real. Like you see me come, I seen you come. We have our little secret or whatever. You know, like you want to like have like an agreement. Like if I ever want to jack off,
right?
Or if you ever want to jack off, you'll let me. Or I won't like we don't have to worry about like asking or sneaking
Right.
out." And I was like, "Yeah." So he was like, "All right, you sure?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "All right, well, I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to beat my meat." And I was like, "Okay." So he pulls out his laptop, he pulls out porn, and he starts jacking off.
Oh wow.
So like 10 minutes into it, I got hard, and I started jacking off. So we're literally like sitting across from each other watching porn, jacking off.
Just the two of you?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then like we used to play this game like on Pornhub or whatever. Kind of like, what was it called? It was like Dance Dance Revolution, but with stroking. And you try not to come or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So we used to play that shit. And like, so yeah. That was like the main time I really did it.
Wow.
And then then one day I finally had the friend came over and we was jacking off already, and then he knocked on the door. So we tried to play it cool or whatever. And then I found out that he had told him already that we be doing that already. So he like let us know that I could tell you guys were jacking off. I was like, oh shit.
Right.
So he whips his out, and then we all just was jacking off together watching porn. 3 of us, but then he ended up giving him head. And at this point, me and him been roommates for like 6 months, so he's like comfortable, So at that point, that's when I was like, I was really, really horny that day. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. So I sat next to him, was jacking off right while he was getting head. And he reached over, grabbed mine, started stroking it. And then he had started giving me head. That was my first time getting head from a guy.
Wow. Like, were you nervous at first, but then you decide to go ahead and just do it anyway? Wow.
Yeah. Well, it was like nervous, but I was like so horny that day. I was just like,
you decided to go ahead and nut.
Even like a week or two, and it was like a lot going on.
Wow. Well, anyway, thank you so much for actually telling me your story. Hello? Hello? I think he must have hung up on me. If I had to take a guess, he must have accidentally hit the hang up button on his phone while he was probably masturbating. I don't know if you guys have actually noticed, but in this podcast, in the middle of his story, I think you guys might have overheard him going, like in a calm voice, like that. And I don't know if he was either getting head or if he was masturbating, because it sounded like he was kind of getting turned on while telling the story. And I don't know, I've never had anyone actually tell a story about masturbating and giving head while actually masturbating on the phone. And I mean, hey, like, whatever turns you on is what turns you on. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. This kind of sounds like something you would see like in a porno. Like, let's say 2 students walking in a bathroom or dorm or classroom, whatever you prefer it. And then let's say they saw somebody masturbating. Then they start masturbating and giving head to each other. And then they'll start saying, like, keep this on the DL, no homo. I mean, when I was growing up, I used to hear stories all the time, like instead of actually making out with the same gender, we would like say things like, well, like so and so and so, this and that and this and that. And then they would say the word no homo. But whenever I hear the word homo, it means gay. But when someone says the word no homo and you're making out with that same gender, it's still considered gay. Then let's just say if someone ever walked in on them and then they're going to be like, bro, you're gay. You're making out with another dude. And then some people would make fun of that. Some people would get excited about it. And then some people might worry about it. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here just to speak on what's on my mind. But all I can actually say is this guy definitely must have masturbated while he was telling his story like it was a dirty little sex story. And I know for a fact some of you guys are probably masturbating too while hearing this story as well. Okay? So you ain't gonna fool me, okay? Now, like I said, where I grew up with a bunch of hoes, bitches. I mean, that's basically what we used to call them back then. And actually, I think they still do call them them now. What I would always watch would be like straight porn where there would be a guy and a girl, making out in bed, fucking each other in the front, back, giving out head and all this stuff. And then sometimes when I get bored watching straight porn, I'll be watching lesbian porn. But every time I tell that story, people always look at me like, no, if you're going to be looking at porn, you have to have, a dick inside of the porn video. I mean, I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm interested in looking at another man's dick on a porn. But to me, when a straight man says that to me, it just sounds like, gay to me. All I can say is whatever porn turns you on or whatever turns you on, just have at it. It's your life, your fetish, or whatever you want when you want to have sex. That's up to you. All right? Well, that's the end of the show. If you guys actually want to be on the podcast, please text 478-901-4445. That's 478-901-4445. And I will talk to you guys next week.